Good morning, everyone. I'm here to give you some morning breath. It still says my live video is starting, so I'm just going to do some small talk until it says that my internet connection, which my internet connection should be fine, closed unused applications, dismiss. You are now live, it says. So, good morning. I'm here to do morning breath. And something's going on either with Facebook or the internet this morning. So if I'm a little spotty, I do apologize. Good morning. My name is Linda Lentini. I'm going to share some morning breath with you for us to wake up this morning and to use our breath to ground into the day, to prepare us for the wonderful opportunities our day would bring, opportunities to learn and grow, opportunities to be, and opportunities to just just be who we want to be, not dictated by anyone, just being who we want to be. So let's start off. I'm going to ask that we're going to stand up for most of this. I'm going to make sure that I could play some tones so we can do some breathing at the end, but it's going to be all standing up. So I encourage you to go ahead and stand up. You can also do all of these practices sitting down. So whenever I share practices, if I'm in person or I'm on the computer, I always encourage people to do what works for you. I cannot decide what your body feels like, what's good for your body. So I'm going to encourage you to do what feels right for you. Along that same line, sometimes when we do something and we're like, I didn't really like that. And I noticed that with me, Qigong practices, breath practices, essential oils, all the things that I do for my well-being, sometimes when it makes me feel uncomfortable, it's what I need to do the most. So I encourage you to really look and step outside your comfort zone if that's okay with you today. Again, like I started to begin with, feels comfortable for you. I'm going to plug my computer in and let my cat in. Just because I'm having weird messages, that's why I keep getting interrupted. My cat wants to come and join us. So the joys of doing things on the computer is that we have all this other stuff going on. So start off by standing or sitting, but try to have your feet on the ground. When your feet are on the ground, really connecting, having your feet connect to the earth. It's the ground, it's grounding. Just have your feet connect to the earth. And if you can, close your eyes or lower your eyelids, whatever's comfortable for you. And just for a minute, feel your feet on the ground. As you feel your feet on the ground, take a nice breath in, breath out. Another breath in, breath out. Feeling your feet, maybe rocking your feet back and forth onto the balls of your feet, onto your heels. Feeling your toes. Just noticing the difference of how your feet feel, one foot, the other foot. Rocking your feet side to side, right foot, left foot. And having your feet and your body come to stillness, keeping your eyes closed. As your attention's on your feet, gently releasing what happened in the last moment. Not worried about the next moment. Being present in this moment. Keeping your eyes closed or lowered, bringing your hands to your heart, saying good morning to your heart, good morning to your breath, good morning to the wonderful person you are. Taking a nice breath in, feeling your breath go into your heart, caring, compassion, and kindness. Breathing out, sharing compassion and kindness with the world. Another breath in, filling your heart up with love in wonderful things. And as you breathe out, releasing that into the world, into our environment. Taking your hands off your heart, opening your eyes, and just start to shake. Just shaking out any stress that you might have in your body, gently lifting your heels off the ground if that feels right. Just shaking, releasing any tension, anything that might be stored from the evening, from this morning. If you're watching this later on, from the day, just releasing all of that. Mickey Myers, 12-Step Yoga, talks about our issues are in our tissues. Get them out of our tissues. We no longer need to carry them. Or we could just release them for a little bit. It could be something that we're trying to work through. But let's get it out of our body for like 10 minutes. Letting it all go. Shaking. And let's do a couple of roars together. Taking a nice breath in, breath out with a roar. Gently reminding us to use our voice in our life. Our voice has a big impact on how we feel. Do we speak up? Do we say yes, no, I don't know? What do we say in our life to give ourselves voice? To feel seen, valued, and heard. Taking a nice breath in, breath out with another roar. And one more, take a nice breath in, breath out with a roar. Shaking all of that out. And now gently coming to stillness. Closing your eyes or lowering your eyelids. And really noticing how your body feels after that practice. Do you feel a little less stressed? A little lighter? And you can open your eyes if you have them closed. So sometimes I do these practices and people are like, I don't want to look silly. I don't want to look stupid. And I always kind of push back and say, I've looked stupid so many different times that I really didn't mean to. I don't want to even say a sign that I've looked stupid. It's just, I want to live my life, and I know these practices make me feel better. So I don't want to carry stress for the rest of my life. So I'm learning different ways to release it. And the morning breath is about us using our breath, something we carry with us all the time, something that we can control, but it happens automatically to help us heal. And how awesome that we have our breath with us all the time, and it's something that we can utilize to support our healing. We just need to find whatever works for us. So I always talk about that I use a lot of breath, body, mind, because our breath, our body, and our mind are always with us. And out of all the practices I've done, these are the practices that have really started to make me feel like I can get beyond the things that have happened to me. I can get beyond the dark times that I have been in by using these practices. So, morning breath. That was shaking. That's actually one of the four golden wheels from Robert Pang. He talks about having a light from the top of your head to the tips of your toes. It's a really wonderful practice to do. And Dr. Brown, who does a lot of breath, body, mind, talks about how in other places in the world they have people shake until they feel better. And in the United States, a lot of times we don't want to do things for a long period of time. So these practices are very succinct and on purpose to try to give the best benefit for the least amount of time. So shaking has been around for a long, long time, and a lot of people find a lot of benefits to it. So I just encourage you to maybe at different points during your day shake off the stress that you might be feeling. So, and use your breath. Use your breath when you're shaking. The next practice I want to do is ha, and it's a ha breath, H-A breath. And when you sing, when you yell, when you hum, when you sigh, you activate your vagal nerves. So you calm yourself down by activating a part of your body that's really going to calm yourself down. So if you think about when you're singing, you feel happy. When you're laughing, you feel happy. When you're talking about a really good thing, you feel happy. There's so many different ways that you can feel happy. Has anyone ever yelled? Gotten really upset about something and yelled at somebody, felt bad afterwards, but there was a release inside of you? Well, the ha breath is a controlled way to do that. So here's a way that can activate us, but it's also a really good releaser when we make sure that the ha comes from our belly and not our chest. So really making sure that the breath comes out, releasing what we can with a ha breath. I'm just realizing that I'm getting short on time. So we're going to do the ha breath that is empowering and I really like. You're just going to breathe in as you bring your hands up. Breathe out as you allow them gently to drop. It's not a movement where we're lifting. It's almost like we're doing weights or moving our arms or exercising our arms. We're breathing in as we bring our arms up. Breathing out as we allow them to drop. Bringing our hands together with a loud ha, again from our belly. I'm not going to go so loud because I do have somebody sleeping here, and also I don't want to make it really loud for you, but I encourage you, if you're in a location that you can say ha really, really loud, go ahead and do that because it really makes you feel better. So stand with your feet shoulder width apart, or you can do this sitting down. And before we add any movement, let's synchronize our breath together, taking a nice breath in. Breath out with a sigh. Breathing in. Ha! 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 Two more times. Ha! I'm going to do one really loud. Ha! Again from our belly, allowing your hands to go down by your side, closing or lowering your eyelids, and notice how your body feels. Notice your thoughts. Now, we're going to do another ha breath. So the ha breath is a really good energizer. It's also a good releaser. And I encourage you, after each different variation of the ha breath that I share with you, you notice where it might feel different in your body. I don't want to go into a lot of things, but it's when we have had experiences in our past, it sometimes is difficult to go inside or feel what's going on inside our body. So these practices allow us to move through without necessarily having to relive, move through some of that stuff so it feels safe enough to go inside our body, go within, and to understand what's being stirred up, what's being moved around, all this different stuff. So I encourage you to try to do that as much as possible. And each ha breath is different. For me, when I do that one, it stirs up a lot in my heart. And I don't know if it's the empowering part of it. This is kind of a power pose. So it could be that. The next morning breath or ha breath that I want to teach you is where we're tapping two parts of our body. So we're going to tap the base of our neck, which helps our immune system. And then we're going to tap right over here, right above our knees. And when we tap there, we're going to yell ha again. Ha! Belly, ha. And these take practice because when I first started doing the ha breath, it was from here. The more that you practice breath work, the more that you get into your belly. I heard somebody say a long time ago, we were born as babies, breathing from our belly. And we start to notice all the adults in our life breathe through their chest. So as we learn and do more breath practices, we start to go back into our belly where we can bring oxygen to different parts of our body, including for me, making sure that I have the wisdom to walk into experiences with what I want to walk into those experiences with, not necessarily from a gut reaction, but more of a thinking through that situation. So again, you could do this standing up or sitting down, and we're going to tap here as we breathe in, and then tap right above the knees as we breathe out with a loud ha. So before we add movement, let's synchronize our breath, taking a nice breath in, breath out with a sigh, ha. Breathing in, ha, 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 ha. Two more times. Ha, ha. Allowing your body to come to stillness. Closing or lowering your eyes, whatever is comfortable for you. Once again, noticing how your body feels. Notice the quality of your thoughts after each practice. And now you can go ahead and open your eyes if you have them closed. So we're going to just do two more practices. If you've done any breath work with me, you know that this next practice is one of my favorites. It's the 4-4-6-2. And during the pandemic, during those times, that uncertainty, fear, as we're still in the pandemic, not really knowing what each situation is going to bring, this helps. So when I have days where it's like that fear comes up, the uncertainty comes up, the stress comes up, I really try to do more of the 4-4-6-2. I'm going to show you the movements. You can just do the breath work of the movements don't work. You can also modify if you have shoulder issues or anything going on. 4-4-6-2 is where we're going to breathe in for the count of 4. We're going to hold our breath for the count of 4. We're going to breathe out for the count of 6. And then we're going to pause or hold our breath for the count of 2. So again, if this does not work because you have shoulder issues, you can just do this, hold, breathe out for the count of 6, and then hold for 2. And if none of these movements work, just do the breath work itself. So let's synchronize our breath, taking a nice breath in, breath out with a sigh, breathing in, 2, 3, 4, hold the breath, 2, 3, 4. Breathing out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pause. 2. Breath in. Hold the breath. Breathing out. Pause. 2. Breathing in. Hold the breath. Breathing out. Pause. 2. Breathing in. Hold the breath. Breathing out. Pause. 2. 2 more times. Breathing in. 2, 3, 4. Hold the breath. 2, 3, 4. Breathe out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pause. 2. Breathing in. Hold the breath. Breathing out. Pause. 2. Allow your arms to go down by your side. Again, you can close your eyes if that's comfortable. Bring your attention inside your body, inside your mind. Notice how your body feels after that practice. If you have your eyes closed, you can go ahead and open them. So the movement helps us clear the central column. So this is our wisdom, our compassion, our vitality, our courage center. So by doing this, we kind of clear that and to move energy along. I almost want to do the energy ball so you can feel how much our body is made up of energy before I go into the next practice. So I think I'm going to do that. I have 7 minutes. So I'm just going to invite you to go ahead and rub your hands together. Really rub them together. Feel all of that. Your hands are made up of so many different pressure points. Like really getting it going. You notice when you clap, you feel really good. This is just getting our body awake, moving the energy in our body. And now bring your hands apart. Notice if you feel tingling in your hands. Notice how your hands and your arms feel. And breathe in as you expand your energy ball or make it bigger. Breathe out as you bring your energy ball and make it smaller. Breathing in, really making the energy ball bigger. Breathing out, making that energy ball smaller. Breathing in, making the energy ball bigger. Breathing out, making the energy ball smaller. One more time, breathing in, making the energy ball bigger. And breathing out, making the energy ball smaller. And let's do some figure eights. Stress disconnects our left and right side of our brain. Figure eights reconnects them. Doing some breath work allows us to feel less stressed. Keeping our energy ball together, making some figure eights. You could also make circles. Whatever you want to do, play a little bit with your energy ball, keeping it together, feeling that energy. Awesome job. Bringing our hands facing one another again. Breathing in, expanding our energy ball. Breathing out, making it smaller. 2 more times, breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. And now collect all that energy that we just made and bring it into a pearl of light in between our hands. And because no one can see you, I invite you to put this pearl of light, all this healing energy, into a different part of your body. It could be in your heart, your compassion center, because somebody hurt you recently or because things are stressful and it's draining on our hearts. Put it into your belly for courage for the day or energy for the day. Put it into our head for wisdom so we could look at the decisions we make, whatever you need. And say you have a shoulder thing or a hip thing or anything that's going on, put all that energy into that area. For me, I'm going to put it into my heart. I always want to fill my heart up with more compassion. You can close your eyes, allowing that pearl of light of healing energy that you just gathered to go into that part of your body that you want all of that to go to. And everyone has their own choices. Releasing your hands from that part, keeping your eyes closed if they are ready, and just notice how your body feels after that practice. Now our last practice we're going to do together, because I have 3 minutes, is where we're going to gather whatever it is we need more of today. So you can stand with your feet shoulder width apart or sit down, and you're just going to breathe in for the count of 4 and then breathe out for the count of 4. And I'll end the practice this way, but I invite you at the end of it to go ahead and check in to see how you're doing. And as you're breathing in, I invite you to gather whatever it is you want today. If it's patience, if it's courage, if it's understanding, using your imagination to spread it from the top of your head to the tips of your toes. So let's do that together. Breathing in, 2, 3, 4, and out. 2, 3, 4. Breathing in, 2, 3, 4, and out. 2, 3, 4. Breathing in, 2, 3, 4, and out. 2, 3, 4. Breath in and out. Two more times. Breathing in and out. And this time, as you breathe in, gather compassion, love, kindness, all those things. And as you breathe out, invite you to give your nice hug, filling your heart up with compassion, with love, with kindness, closing or lowering your eyelids, filling your heart up with all those things you give to people every day, allowing your heart to open a little bit more today. Releasing your arms down by your side. As I exit, I'm going to invite you just to allow your body to settle before you move on to the next thing you need to do. Thank you so much for joining me for morning breath. I really enjoy sharing these practices because they mean a lot for me and they've done a lot for me. So I hope you enjoyed them. Thank you so much for spending some time with me, and I hope you have an amazing day. Bye, everyone.